Okay, hope you're all doing fine. So today we are going to see one of the very important topic of this unit excretion, the disposal system, that is structure of nephron. Okay, so we'll discuss a lot about the nephron. So I'm making into two videos, right? So today we are going to see only the structure of nephron, and tomorrow we are going to see the functions of the parts which are in the nephron. That is a mechanism of the formation of urine. So now basically what is nephron we'll try to understand first. Okay, after that we'll see what are the functions of the nephron, right? So now here already we have learnt about the kidney, isn't it? We have learnt about the kidney, and also we have seen that there are some pyramid like structures, right? They are the calyces which are present in the kidney. Okay, so these calyces they have some thread-like structures here, right? So all these structures we have seen that these are the nephrons. These are the nephrons. So now what is the structure of this nephron? Now what are these nephrons, right? The basic point about the nephrons is that these are the structural and functional units of kidney. This is a very important point you have to keep in your mind. So what are nephrons? These nephrons are present in kidney, and the second point is that these are the structural and functional units of kidney. So all the functions of the kidneys are they are carried by the nephrons. That's why we say that they are the functional units of kidney. Now coming to what is the structure of kidney, what is the structure of nephron, that is what we are going to see now. So this is a very important topic. I want you to listen with full concentration so that you will not get any kind of doubt afterwards. Okay children, so get into the topic called as structure of nephron. Okay children, now coming to the structure of nephron. Okay, so the structure of nephron, like you will have a cup-like structure first. Cup-like structure. I'll just try to draw here. Okay, a cup-like structure like this, and then there will be a tube here. There will be a okay children, so you can see the coiled structure of this nephron, right? So the nephron will go like this, and now it becomes a bit thin at this particular end. Okay, now basically this is the structure of nephron. Okay children, now look here. This is the structure of nephron. This is the structure of nephron. So what we'll try to see is, we will try to see all the parts which are in the nephron. Okay children. So now here, you can see here this cup-shaped structure. This cup-shaped structure, okay. So this cup-shaped structure is basically called as Bowman's capsule. Bowman's capsule. I want everybody to concentrate. Okay, so it's called as Bowman's capsule. Okay, and now the renal artery, we have already seen that the renal artery, right? So the renal artery, okay, it enters into the Bowman's capsule. I mean, like a very fine thread-like structures enters into the Bowman's capsule, and here it forms a capillary network. A capillary network here, okay, like this, and goes out, right? So when now this one, the one which is entering here into the Bowman's capsule is called as efferent arteriole. It's called as efferent arteriole. It's called as efferent arteriole. So now if you see, this is an artery. Arteries divide into arterioles, and arterioles divide into very small thin capillary structures. So now this is the arteriole. So this is the efferent arteriole. Efferent arteriole is the one through which the blood is entering inside into the nephron. Okay. So now here, the one which you are seeing here, this is a cup-shaped structure, and where there is a capillary network, okay, which I have drawn in the red color, is called as the glomerulus. It's called as the glomerulus. What is called as glomerulus? Okay. So now here, this glomerulus and this Bowman's capsule, glomerulus and Bowman's capsule together, it is called as the Malpighian body. So this is Bowman's capsule. Okay, this is the cup-shaped structure which is called as the Bowman's capsule, and the capillary network which is called as the glomerulus. Both of them. Okay, let me write it here. Okay, glomerulus. The glomerulus and this cup-shaped structure Bowman's capsule together are called as the Malpighian body. So this one is called as the Malpighian body, right? And the artery which is entering, right? This is from the renal artery. Okay, this is a renal artery, the part of the renal artery which is entering into the nephron is called as the efferent arteriole. Efferent arteriole. And now I have also drawn one which is also going out. Okay, one which is going out. This one which is going out, we will draw here. Efferent arteriole. It's called as the efferent arteriole. Okay, so already we are learning now many parts of this nephron. So out of them I have written few names on the board. So I want you to listen this, and also I want you to note them down so that it will not be a problem to you when you read this particular part which is called as the nephron, right? So this is a cup-shaped structure which is called as Bowman's capsule. Okay, and the capillary network which is inside is called as the glomerulus. Okay, and this glomerulus and the Bowman's capsule, that means together, these two together are called as the Malpighian body. What they are called as? Malpighian body. Okay, and now the next one is the arteriole which is entering into the kidney, right? And it's called as the efferent arteriole, and the one which is going out is called as the efferent arteriole. Now I just want to share a little information with you that why this is happening. What is the reason behind this? Now, our blood will have all the impurities inside, isn't it? Right? Whatever the waste material is there, that will be in the blood. Maybe extra urea, extra uric acid, extra water, extra sodium, extra calcium, whatever the things which are excess to the body, are basically present in the blood because it is in the dissolved form. But whereas like when you eat food, all that waste material will be excreted outside through intestines as feces. Okay, that is solid particle which is being excreted. But whereas the liquid part which is in our body, which is useless to our body, which is absolutely waste to our body, then it also should be excrete it out, isn't it? So if it has to excrete it out, there should be a system in our body, and that system we are talking is about the kidney. So in the kidney there should be some structures which usually filter the blood. It is not directly removing the blood outside. Okay, we are not talking about the removal of blood outside. See, if there are waste materials in the blood, now you cannot directly remove the blood outside, isn't it? You can't that, right? For example, if you are having some tea, right, what you will do when you put some tea on the stove, like when you want to have a cup of tea, you take a filter and then you pour the tea in that, so that you want to filter only the sand particles, right, or the solid particles, isn't it? So you want to filter them, and then you want to have a tea which doesn't have the particles of the tea powder, isn't it? It's in the same way you want. Okay, now just assume that these tea powder, whatever it is the waste material, right? That should be filtered out. As you are filtering there, here also it needs to be filtered. So now where are the waste materials? They are in the blood. So now if they are in the blood, now where it should come? They should come to a filtering unit. So which is the filtering unit here? Kidney is the filtering unit. So in the kidney, which is the special filtering unit here? That is the nephron. How many nephrons are there? Many nephrons are there. So number of nephrons are there. So out of that, now we are taking only one nephron and we are trying to understand what actually happens inside the nephron. So inside the nephron, like what is the part we have drawn here? We have drawn the renal, the branch of the renal artery, which is called as the efferent arteriole, enters into the Bowman's capsule or enters into the nephron, right? So that will make a capillary structure over here. Okay, that capillary structure is called as the glomerulus. It's called as the glomerulus. Okay, and glomerulus and this Bowman's capsule together, you're seeing it's a cup-shaped structure, no? So this is called as the Malpighian body. Is it okay, children, till here? Fine. And now we'll come to the next part of this. Now if you see this tubular network here, the capillary network, these cells are usually called as podocytes. What they are called as? Podocytes, right? The cells by which this particular network is made up of is called as the podocytes. Okay. Now these are nothing but the single layer squamous epithelium cells. Already we have learned about the squamous epithelium, right? Do you remember that? Yeah. Squamous epithelium, very thin layer. In 9th class you have studied about the squamous epithelium, right? So this is made up of the thin layer of squamous epithelial cells, which are usually called as the podocytes. Okay, children. So there are small pores on the podocytes, right? So this capillary network will have very small pores on them like this, so that whatever the blood comes inside, so that can be sent into the Bowman's capsule. Okay, so that is how this particular network is located. So what is the mechanism of that and everything we will see later. Now we can see here the a coiled part here, isn't it? So you can observe a coiled part here, and this coiled part is called as the proximal convoluted tubule. Proximal convoluted tubule. I'm writing here proximal convoluted tubule. We call it as PCT. Okay, what is the meaning of convoluted? That is highly coiled. The word meaning is highly coiled. So which is highly coiled here? The proximal convoluted tubule is highly coiled here, right? So convoluted in the sense highly coiled. So that is a word which you have to remember. Okay, children, right? So here we also see the glomer, right? Glomerulus, right? So glomerulus, actually it is a Latin word. It is derived from a Latin word. Glomer means thread. The meaning of the glomer is thread. Okay, so now this part which is absolutely coiled like no, this is called as the proximal convoluted tubule. Okay, and now you come to the next part, this part, right, which is like a loop. Okay, this is called as the loop of Henle. Loop of Henle or Henle. Okay, this is called as the loop of Henle. So the part which you can see here, this one is called as the distal convoluted tubule. Distal convoluted tubule. Okay, so that one is called as the distal convoluted tubule. And now this particular part is called as the collecting duct or collecting tubule. Okay, children, so these are the different so you can see here, this is the distal convoluted tubule and this one is called as the collecting tubule. Now, okay, now apart from this, I'm going to tell you about one more thing here. So now don't make it a big mess. Okay, now here whatever the thing which is coming out, okay, this one, that is the efferent arteriole. Okay, now it is, this one will go parallelly with the, along with the, this tube like structure. Okay, that is the tubular portion of the nephron. Okay, so it will go parallelly and it will travel parallelly along with the tubule, and okay, and then it goes out, you know, as what? It goes and comes out through the renal vein. So it goes out and comes out through the renal vein. That means what is the blood which is traveling here, okay, that will be filtered and then the blood will enter into the renal vein, and of course renal vein will enter into what? It will enter into the inferior vena cava, and from inferior vena cava it will travel to the heart. So this is the basic structure of the nephron. So here this part is called as the proximal convoluted tubule and this part is called as the loop of Henle, and then this coiled part is also called as the distal convoluted tubule, and this is called as the collecting tubule, okay, or collection duct. And this efferent arteriole will come out in the form of the renal vein. I want you to draw this diagram. Make sure that you write each and every part of this, okay, and you try to make it in a print page, a very big diagram. I don't want you to draw in a very small page, like no, you just try to open the complete page like this, a pen paper, and then you draw the whole picture, draw it a bit big, and also write all the different parts of the picture over here which are there here, and then learn all the parts. I want you to do it as soon as you watch this video and post the same in the group. I want a very big picture of this with all the parts neatly written. I just made it a mess, but when you are listening to the video, you can just write all the parts of that, okay? And I want you to post it as soon as possible, and I will give you marks for this diagram, whatever you draw, okay? Right, and also now in the next video we'll learn about its structure, its functions and whatnot. So lot of day to come, so stay tuned. Until then, see you all, have a great day, God bless.